Hello, Brian Turner here with another video mortgage installment. Today we're going to go over your credit report and the 8 things you need to know to help you get approved to purchase a home. Number 1, know your credit score. That's an essential component of approval. It's going to determine the programs that you may qualify for. The higher your credit score is, the more programs you're going to qualify for and the better terms you're going to get. So ask your mortgage lender to go over it with your credit report with you in detail. Ask them. Number 2, always pay your bills on time. I know this seems like common sense and I don't want to insult you, but late payments will dramatically alter your rate, terms, and even if you get approved or not. So it's very important to remember late payments almost always decrease your credit score. Number 3, avoid collections. Have you ever had a disputed bill? Well, one of the worst things, I can't tell you how many times I have had someone, that's on their credit. Well, you have this collection to so-and-so for $400. Well, that was somebody they did this and they did that and I'm not paying that bill. Well, the most important thing is don't just walk away when you have a dispute. Start writing letters. Work it out. Don't just let people put things on your credit. Defend yourself. Write a letter to them, any collection agencies, and dispute it. Don't just leave it, because if you just leave it, you're giving them the ability to put whatever they want on your credit. So keep that in mind. Correct collections lower your credit scores. It's almost 9 times out of 10 when someone's scores are too low to get a loan for, it's because they got collections on there. So deal with your disputes. Don't just walk away. You're really shooting yourself in the foot if you do. Number 4, limit your liabilities. The less liabilities you have means the more house you can get approved for. It's if you have lower credit card, automobile, student loans, and other debts and stuff like that, you can you can get approved for more house because we don't have to take those monthly payments into account. Another thing is avoid co-signing for people. Especially if you co-sign for someone in the last 12 months, I have to count those payments against you. Plus, when I'm counting your debt ratio calculations. Plus, if the people don't pay on time or walk away from the debt, you kind of get stuck holding the bag. So my recommendation would be, for your credit's sake and your own mental well-being, don't co-sign for people. Number 5, limit your credit inquiries. Too many credit inquiries can lower your credit scores. It's not to say that you can't shop around at all and you can't let anybody pull your credit, but you probably want to limit the times you let your credit being pulled to maybe 3 to 4 times in a month. You don't want to be out shopping for a boat, a car, and a home all in the same thing, and let 3 people pull your credit for 3 different things, and all of a sudden you got 9, 10 inquiries. I've seen people when they get up that high, their scores drop maybe 40, 50 points, so it can really affect how much of a loan you get approved for. So just be careful, but don't go overboard with it. Number 6, don't open any new accounts in the preceding months to your home purchase. Opening new accounts requires your credit to be pulled. So the more times your credit gets pulled, the more of a chance your credit scores are going to go down. So if you think you're going to be buying a house, hold off on everything. Get the house part taken care of. Car loans and things like that aren't as credit score sensitive as mortgages are. So try and get that taken care of first. Is the more inquiries you have, the lower your scores can be. So you want to keep that in mind. And also having those, car payment, boat payment, credit cards, that kind of stuff can also affect how much house you get, because you got this thing, your debt to income ratio, and we'll have to take those other payments into account when approving you. So keep that in mind. Wait till afterwards. Number 7, do not close unused accounts until after the purchase is finalized. This is one that a lot of people don't really realize, but the portion of available credit being used helps you calculate your credit score. So for instance, if you have a $10,000 credit limit on a credit card, it's better for you to have only a $2,000 balance as opposed to a $5,000 balance, because they have the proportion of available credit to your hands. So if you go around closing, basically the proportion of available credit compared to how much you've actually charged on, say, a credit card, is the lower the better. So if you go and close one of your credit cards that you haven't used in a while, and then all of a sudden you got a $5,000 balance, and instead of it being a $10,000 limit, now you have an $8,000 limit, it it could drag your scores down. So keep that in mind. And closing accounts is going to increase the overall percentage and drag your scores down. And no, opening new accounts will not help. So sometimes people want to, well, if I go out and get a bunch of credit cards and add them, then it'll make my percentages better. But you got to get inquiries, and also a lot of times when you add a new debt, your scores dip initially and then come back over the next months. So it's not a good idea to try to do that. Number 8, don't try to hide past difficulties like marks on your credit, that kind of thing. Your mortgage banker is there to help you overcome these difficulties. That may affect whether you get approved or not. So tell them everything, and because also you don't want to have something in today's mortgage world they triple and double verify everything, and so you don't want to have something pop up midway through the process once you've spent hundreds of dollars on home inspections and appraisals and all that kind of stuff. So just remember, your mortgage banker is going to be on your side. In any case, that's it. That's the 8 things that are really important to know when you're going to purchase a home. I hope you find this helpful. As always, I'm looking for comments. Have a great day. Thanks.